Very good morning and a happy Friday. It's been a crazy volatile week, and this comments from John Sindro captures what we are seeing very well. Right now, there may be no greater gift for a company than dismal finances. On Thursday, shares of American Airlines rose almost 30% at the open, reaching an 11-month high. American Airlines beat analyst profit expectation for the final quarter of 2020. Earnings per share came in at a negative 3.86%, whereas the median forecast had them at about negative 4.11%. But that doesn't explain the pop. What does is the numbers were still really bad in absolute terms. A 2.2 billion quarterly loss is one of the company's worst results ever, justifying bearish Wall Street bets against it. In today's topsy-turvy market, this all but guarantees stock gains. It's amazing what markets have been doing over the last 4-5 days. Three other things that we will talk about would be all 11 sectors of the S&P 500 close higher, earnings from Samsung and McDonald's, and US GDP data. US stocks from healthcare to technology to financials rallied Thursday, giving major indexes a boost as the euphoria in some of the most overheated segments of the market showed signs of easing. All 11 sectors of the S&P 500 closed higher, despite relinquishing some of their gains from earlier in the session. Financial, industrial and healthcare stocks notched their biggest advances. The Dow was up 1%, the S&P was up 1% as well, while the Nasdaq was higher by 0.5%. At the same time, euphoria surrounding stonks like GameStop and AMC Entertainment showed signs of abating. GameStop shares fluctuated most of the session, closing down 44%, while AMC slumped about 57%. The slides coincided with decisions by brokerages like Robinhood Markets and Interactive Brokers to restrict the trading of GameStop, AMC and other high-flying stocks. Moving on to results from Samsung, the South Korean technology company had a strong 2020. Operating profit rose 30% year over year as COVID-19 pandemic drove demand for memory chips both in the personal computers and data centers. The boom, however, now seems to be losing momentum. Operating profit last quarter dropped 27% from the previous quarter on strong won and declining memory prices. The company expects profit to weaken in this quarter. The company had been building up dry powder. Net cash at the end of 2020 stood at 104.5 trillion won, equivalent to about 93.4 billion, a 61% rise from 2017. Samsung announced a special dividend Thursday as well as raising its regular dividend in the next 3 years. One observation which was valid, I thought, was Samsung hasn't made a major acquisition since 2017. Acquiring a non-memory semiconductor or communications technology company could help the company diversify away from the notoriously cyclical memory chip business. More than half of Samsung's operating profit last year came from its semiconductor division, mostly from memory chips. In other results, McDonald's results showed an uneven recovery. Comparable sales fell less than estimate, with the US contribution topping estimates, while international sales disappointed. MasterCard gained after adjusted EPS beat. Visa beat on profit and revenue but failed to give any forecasts. Lastly, all the major currencies traded higher on Wednesday on the back of good data and equity market gains. The US economy expanded 4% in the fourth quarter, but this increase was not enough to prevent the economy from shrinking at its fastest pace in 70 years. On a year-on-year basis, the US GDP fell negative 3.5% in 2020, the first decline since 2009 and the sharpest since 1946. On the bright side, the US economy closed the year in good shape. Despite holiday restrictions, the economy still grew, and increases in exports, inventories and investments are a sign that businesses are planning for a recovery. Q4 also marked the second straight quarter of positive growth. Jobless claims and trade balance were better than expected, and collectively these reports drove dollar yen to its strongest level in 6 weeks. Yet the dollar's gains were limited to Japanese yen because of the rebound in stocks that had a bigger influence on forex flows. Euro, sterling, and the Aussie and the Kiwi dollar stabilized after yesterday's decline. That's the update. Will be an interesting trading day, I'm sure, today. Stay safe and stay healthy and have a lovely weekend. I'll speak to you on Monday.